All right, welcome back to Windrose. I think I did a lot since I last recorded, so I'll start in my room where my spawn point is. I have a collection of mounted heads now in my room. I have new furniture. This is a hunter cupboard. This is a mahogany desk, a globe, some hunter decorations. I put books and a lantern on my desk. I got new windows. I got a very luxurious bed. I got a painting, a gun rack, and some hunting cupboard. Let's go outside. There's probably the biggest changes. We have now a marketplace here. These are the traders. You can get animal products like wolf's fang, mountain goat horns, bezoars, roughhide, meat, boar tooth, animal fat, crab meat, bird meat, dodo egg, and feather. I have no money with me, but one crate contains 50 units, and 10 crates cost me 400 piastres, so I get 500 wolf fangs for 400 piastres, or something like that. Natural resources like sulfur, hardwood, tree bark, wood, rock, clay, and fibers. And food, we get aloe as well as the seeds, corn and the seeds, tomato seeds, flax and seeds, lime seeds, cayenne pepper seeds, sweet potato seeds, banana seeds, and coconut, no seeds for coconuts. Once you order, it takes 70 minutes, 7-0, in-game, well, real time, to get the goods delivered. This is our plantation bed. We have now leek as well. Corn and flax, I think we already had the last time around. And we have beans. And we have cocoa plums. Very good for making cake. We have now a bigger smelter, because some, this one, Meyer metal bar, metal ingots, we can only produce here. And it works faster than the small ones. All right, here's our tap room. Here's a storage room for building materials like plant fibers, rocks, wood, hardwood, this kind of stuff. Here's our wraparound bar, some deco, the cooking stove. We have now also Dr. Galen and John. John is a prisoner we freed from Isaiah hands. And yeah, Galen, shut up. And this is our cook, Black Axel. He gives us a 30% chance to get an additional portion of whatever we cook here. Speaking of cooking, here is the food storage. These are the raw materials on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side are the meals. This is the alchemy storage. Same principle here. On the left, the raw materials. On the right, the finished products. Then we go over to this storage. This is improvement storage, like things you need to upgrade your weapons or your gear. Ships materials, again, to upgrade your ships or build ships. We have a distillery here, a still. Here is gear, blue-coated weapons and ammunition, trinkets like jewelry, green-coated weapons, and some blue-coated gear which didn't fit into this chest anymore. It's probably silly to keep everything, but you know, if there are more people playing, then it's probably good if you have a ready starting gear, let's say. I built also here the hunter bed. Looks very rustic. Yeah, we have now wooden windows everywhere and wooden doors everywhere instead of leaf-based ones. This is now tiled roof. You probably see that better from the outside. This is glass pane windows, which is also new. Oh, yeah, about that. So Mike has had the habit of firing a parting broadside whenever he set sail with his ship, which wasn't a problem in the beginning of the game because there was no friendly fire damage to your structures you built. This has changed, and I probably haven't seen that last time I was here. So these are the quarters for our specialists. We have now employees, if you want to call them, because we don't pay them. We buy them once and it's a one-off crew. Jasper Crow has a 30% chance of saving the materials you spend to improve your gear. And we have Rosalinda Mercer. She gives us an extra clay bottle and has a 30% chance to save the materials we use to craft elixirs. And then there is Mortar Joe. He gives us constantly 50% more black powder, which we can craft on this millstone here, grindstone. Yeah, the employee quarters are nothing special, it's just a bed and a room and some light source. We have now a enchantment table where we can craft these arborum ingots, for which we need mire iron, we need essence arborum, which you extract from plague trees, and bile, which you get from plague crocodiles. So yeah, it's quite intricate to farm the respective raw materials. And this is jewelry table where we can improve rings and chains. This is the same for gear. So basically armor can be improved here. And this is the workbench, a recycle station, and the spinning wheel. Now we go up a level, and there's a tanning rack as well, where we can convert rawhide into tanned leather and other materials. This is our rooftop bar. It has probably changed a little bit. I made it more like a tiki thingamajig here. I put even a chandelier up, some decoration, some more advanced furniture, Mike put these big bonfires outside. I changed the roof to tiles. Now you will notice I didn't change all the roofs to tiles. Reason for that being these are roofs with 45-degree angle. There are no 45-degree angle for tiles, or at least not yet, or I haven't found them yet, so take that as you will. Yeah, here we have the shipwrights workshop where you can improve the gear on your ship, like the cannons, the boarding gear, and what else? Oh yeah, the keel hold. So I really like the quick drop. Okay. Yeah, the pier I think has not changed much, and this is our trusty vessel, the Black Betty. Just because I like the song from Ram Jam. So now will travel to probably hit the pier now. I hope this doesn't do any damage. Okay, so we travel now to a different spot, which is here. We fast travel here because I want to see the approach to this place. And I give you a tour of the Black Betty. So, helm station on the poop deck. Some cannonballs on the side. We have 12 pounders on the first deck. It should be 12. Maybe it's only 10. Then we go down a level in the other deck, and then these are 24 pounders. 24 of them, I think. Yeah, 36 cannons in total on this ship. Here's the captain's cabin. There's no parrot in here, apparently. So we can go down another level. You see here the hammocks for the crew. And here what is this? Oh yeah, the mess table. Right, that's the mess table. You can flip it down when it's food time. Okay, and we go down a level. There's cargo hold and more hammocks for the crew. She's slower than our previous vessel, and certainly slower than Mike's vessel because Mike has a brig, which is the faster vessel to start with, and he has a Blackbeard variant of the brig, which is even faster. So he pays for that for less health points, but he got increased speed, a smaller cargo hold, and heavier ordnance. You already can have 24 pounders on the brig, which I couldn't. I could only have 12 pounders. So there's that. So now let's sail. This is our island we want to go to. We can have another perspective on the vessel. That's what she looks like. We have set the Leviathan. Oh boy. And we get into a fight, okay. On your head be it. Yeah, that's all she wrote. Okay, this one was also destroyed instantaneously. And now we have the cargo ship, which normally has the valuable stuff on board. So we tried to board her because that gives us more profit. Didn't expect that, but I mean, we do cross their territory, so yeah, she's ready to be boarded. The broken shield is one of the debuffs my cannons inflict on the ship, which means you can have up to 3 of these tokens, and every token lets them have 10% more damage. So this is a 30% damage increase. Then the middle one, which is about to disappear, the cannon is a skill called Silence the Guns, which means I give them a debuff on their reload and the damage they inflict on our ship. And the last one, the crossed swords, was that she's ready to be boarded. So I've also upgraded my boarding crew, so they're now more capable of boarding the ship and do not rely on me to kill everybody. It's difficult sometimes to determine which one are my crew and which one are the enemy's crew. It's such a chaos. You see a counter, we need to kill 7 of the crew to successfully board the vessel. I'll not go on the deck, it's chaos there. Come on, lads. You got this. So we got 100 piastre and something to sell to the people of Tortuga, I think it is. Go back to our vessel. As soon as we take the helm, the other ship sinks. And we can take more loot. Okay. So where were we before we were so rudely interrupted? Yeah, we want to go right, starboard. There should be other ships in the vicinity. Yeah, another level 5 ships, which I do not intend to engage unless they force me to. Oh, we can go a little bit faster. So if we sail this course, we should get to our destination in no time. Let's listen to some shanties. There's some flotsam. A repair kit, some steel nails and some wood. I'm not saying no to that. Is that a small island, or is this just a speck of fog of war? Okay. Level 2. Oh, we got in range. Oh, really? Oh, my. I missed 2 broadsides. That's poor marksmanship. Uh, we have the bow chasers. And now we have the larboard gun battery. Come on. Yeah, that was a short affair. I see loot in the distance. I'll go and pick that up. And there's even more over there. Is that white or is that yellow? I hardly can tell. This is certainly green. Because the flotsam has also levels. White is very ordinary one. Green has always a little bit of cash. Really tiny amount of cash. See, 5 piastre. And yellow, they have really trading goods. You see our ship hardly took any damage. However, we still can tell our crew to repair her. I was only white. All right. There's an island up ahead. Yeah, this one. So we sail across here. So we get better to the entry of this. This is the island in question. The flags you've seen are the bonfires I set. So we'll come to that. Did I sail a little bit too close on the land? No, I think we should be fine. Oh, green level flotsam. Again, some piastre, which is always welcome. There's more of Blackbeard's gunships up ahead, and they seem to be on a course which will probably leave them as sinking wrecks. Unless I fuck up epically. Which is always a possibility. It's not unheard of. Yep. They decided to take it. Well. Ooh, that's smart. Yep. Since they decided to engage us, see, we have now a buff of faster reload speed. I think 20%, because we fired the cannons as soon as they were reloaded. Wasn't there another crate which the other vessel left? Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, I know we delay our arrival at our port of destination, but since these nutjobs decided to engage us, we might as well take the loot. Wait, is there more? There is. Not turning down free stuff. Come on, old girl. Turn, turn, turn. We need to go west. And I don't mean the Pet Shop Boys song. Look, the Milky Way. A little bit more south. Enough of that. So this is the island. This is the passage into the inner bay. Probably want to take some sails down in order not to crash. And not to go too far on the land. So we have cliffs on this side and a very shallow beach on this side. So the passageway is fairly narrow for a ship of our size. Mike probably has a little bit more of leeway in that sense. There is our first fort. Over there is the counter battery, where you can see the light. And then up in the front is the third and final. I think that it will be the final one. Battery. And I think we drop anchor here. All right. So I'll start on this one because this is the first one I built. I'll take the dinghy. All right, so this is the first fort I built. I used angled walls. Unfortunately, this gives me limited options with the angles I can use when it comes to the blueprint. And it was quite a pain in the neck to get it semi-decent. It's still not the way I wanted it, but it's the best I could do without going completely bananas. So we have here this door, which is actually a double door. Not Dumbledore, a double door. Gun embrasures with cannons in it. So we can we have a workbench here. This is the powder magazine. Well, in my immersion, that is. Here, the towers and the guns. So we have a battery of 4 overlooking that side, and another battery of 5 on this side. Why do we only have 4 on this side? Oh yeah. Yeah, navigate is a little bit a pain in the neck. I'm not gonna lie. Another 5 cannons here. And this is the entry to the crew's quarters. We have a kiln and a smelter here as well. In my immersion, this is to heat the cannonballs. I also did not put the stair here because this is where we roll up the black powder, gunpowder, in the barrels. Now let's go on top. Maybe we have a better overview there. I put flags on every corner. So this is one of the 5 gun batteries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Overviewing the approach to the channel. Then we have a battery of 1, 2. Oh, I did not give them. Oh, do I have the materials with me? I do not. And the ship has the wood. Okay, that's fine. Luckily, we have a clay pit just over there. It should be replenished by now. And it is. So what you do is you pull out your pickaxe and you start spamming the left mouse button. Note that the endurance is diminishing with every swing of the pickaxe. There's a special ring to mitigate this. That it? Yeah, there's a lot of other stuff lying around. I pick it up. And here are 5 artillery pieces pointing here, which seems pointless first, but I think it's a good defense against any raid coming, with the enemy woodland, a commando here on this beach over there, and then they go overland in order to take the fortress. They're in for a surprise. Even here on the flank, we have flanking guns for the approach to the double gate. So where is it? Oh, Let's see. It's actually a roof piece, but that's the best I could do with, making these gaps appear a little bit smaller. All right. So this is the first the first fort. Let's go to the counter battery on the cliff. I tried to make it a star fort, which was common at the time, in the 1700s. But as I said, with the weird angles the game provides for the sloped wall pieces, I was not able, or I haven't found out yet, how to, bring my vision to paper or, to fruition. So this will have to do for the time being. So here we have the counter battery. Which has a pier. Mike fell down the stairs actually in this pool here and drowned. So the idea here is that this is like a communication method for the other battery. So you can go ferry back and forth with dinghies. Never noticed that there is a cat on the bow. Interesting. So, but of course this is a weak point because again, people could land, in the dark of the night, they could land a raiding party here. So this is why this is with no railings and it's zigzagging. And okay, the door is now open, but this door is normally closed and it has only a short flight here where you cannot deploy a battering ram in a meaningful manner. Okay. I haven't built the cannons yet, but there will be cannons here as well. So these are a battery of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yes. And here we have a cooking station. This is a little bit barren. I will add other stuff, like again, crew quarters, storage room, the works. I put here crenellations on top of it. I put up flags, of course, on every corner again. And this also commands the approach to the passage, to the shippable entry into the bay. Now, this again could be taken in an ambush or in a raid if people landed troops on the other side here and came through here. But this is why I put this passage, or blocked the passage with a fortification, or even with a porthole. Shoot out. Again, crenellations on top. And it looks like pirates pay us a visit. Oh, that must hurt. Can they come in, actually? They cannot. Perfect. So I can give them flanking fire. Oh, now they managed to get in. Come on, if you think you're hard enough. No, they disappeared again. Did they go back to their... Oh no. What? Oh, there you are. Maybe I should pull out my weapon as well. Yeah, bleeding is strong in this one. Okay, that was a little bit silly because I forgot to eat, which I will do now. Then we wrap ourselves up. As I said before, I was so rudely interrupted. Yeah, I tried to think of any approach to take the batteries. So I walled it off because theoretically people could land a party here and then try to take it from the land side. And I will take the sulfur. Of course, the idea would be that we would have patrols in the surrounding areas, covering every potential landing site. I need to get this button again. Too late. You can't block these red attacks. You need to dodge it. Guys, I really just want to give people a tour. You were not invited, you were not needed, and I had no intention of killing you, but if you insist. Somehow I still don't have the timing right for the goat's attack, which is kind of embarrassing, but it is what it is. Oh, I'll take the flax as well. All right, what's that? Yeah. Okay. So this stretches further down here, and if you look at the map, it goes down here to the beach. So they could land here. This is a landing spot. This is all cliffs. There is a landing spot. And here are the landing spots. So now let's go back to our boat. Close the doors behind us. And contrary to Mike's experience, you actually can jump down here. There's no fall damage in the game that I know of. So now we go to the third fort. Which also has again a big gate. Yes. It will have when it's finished building, it will have 10 guns, 5 aside, which are converging with the guns that we already looked at. Where is the flipping? Oh, I'm standing right next to it. You see, this is the side we have from here. So we have converging over to this fort, so overlapping fire arcs, and we kind of protect the pier up there, and around there would be the converging fire from this battery and the battery installed up there. Again, the available angles made it not the way I wanted it to be, but this was the best I was willing to do or could do, to be honest, because sometimes it's just to figure stuff out, you need to spend quite some time, or at least I have to, because I don't have a good talent for engineering. So here I will build the residence of the pirates. You know, the whole reason why we put the batteries in place is to have like a refuge for the captains when they want to, you know, relax, because this is a safe haven, literally and figuratively, for our kind. On the map, this is an island. In fact, it's a peninsula, right? Because this is, in my definition of island and peninsula, this is attached to this landmass. So if we quickly look at the, see, it says there's a channel, but there isn't. It's covered by these massive rocks. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, that's it. Oh, on the left hand side, I have a skill which, when I would die of wounds, I get like second wind, but it has a cooldown of 16 minutes, I believe. So I can't do it in short succession. Oh, you brought a friend. Yeah, the bleeding effect is quite powerful at this point in time. Oh, there's even more of you. Another one. I think meat is back on the menu, boys. Alright, that's what made this noise. Is there more of you? So maybe here, somewhere, this is where a treasure was buried. So maybe here we'll have the residence, you know, a nice house with all the amenities plundered goods can buy you. Protected by the aforementioned bulwarks. Yeah, I think that's it. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time. Bye.